We are 1 week into the MLB season and 3 teams are already showing major red flags, including one that to me makes absolutely no sense. Red flag number 1 is the Detroit Tigers can't seem to hit for power or put hitters away. Through 6 games, they have just 1 home run, and their 3 projected biggest bats are hitting under 150. And on the mound, their strikeout total is tied for 25th in the league, even with 2 starts made by the 2024 and 2025 AL Cy Young winner Tarik Skubal. The Tigers' 1 home run over their first 200 total at-bats came off the bat of Dylan Dingler, while Green, Torkelson, and Carpenter, who combined to hit 93 big flies in 2025, have struck out 20 times and have struggled to square up the baseball, having collectively driven the ball more than 350 feet just 3 times. Their pitching staff has matched this by struggling to find much put away over their first 50 innings of work. Skubal's strikeout rate is way down through 2 starts, as he has had a tough time putting anyone away with his 4-seamer or sinker, and both Flaherty and Verlander looked like lower end back of the rotation guys in their first outings. Coming into 2026, most experts picked the Detroit Tigers to win the AL Central, and for good reason. It's an all-in season for a talented team with their last year of team control on Skubal. The Tigers will improve, and they'll very likely still win what will once again be one of, if not the worst division in baseball. But these 2 things are more than worth monitoring if they truly want to contend. Red flag number 2 is the high-spending New York Mets, once again seeming prone to a lack of focus, and dare I say, care? We all know the boys from Queens collapsed their way to missing the playoffs in 2025, and after a slew of moves to retool the team around Juan Soto, they early on seemed just as capable of doing the same in 2026. Marcus Semien looks 35, and Bo Bichette tried to laugh off the early boos he's been receiving. But the most concerning prize goes to Francisco Lindor, who managed to lose focus and hurt his team not once, but twice in the same game. First, when he lost track of how many outs there were and simply stepped on the bag for 1 rather than turn an easy inning-ending double play. And second, when he was too busy adjusting his sliding glove to notice that he was getting picked off first. The Mets are still off to an okay start despite their early shortcomings, but the early vibe of this team is hard to ignore, especially given the size of their payroll. This next one is the most frustrating, especially if you're a Blue Jays fan. But quickly, if you're into MLB content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks. We all know what it's like to have rose-colored glasses early on into meeting someone new, but the Blue Jays front office, analytics department, and coaching staff must have had theirs welded to their face when they met Brendan Little. Brendan can have great and unique stuff, especially for a lefty, and for most of 2025, it seemed to be on display. But even when things were going right for Little, I was always baffled as to why opposing hitters, after looking at the scouting report, didn't opt to just not swing the bat when facing him. Even when his stuff was on, he was more than likely going to throw 4 balls way before he could throw 3 strikes. But batters would whiff, and the Blue Jays' love for him grew, so much so that even when the walks and trouble started piling up, they'd keep running him out there, and often in situations he flat out didn't belong. It seemed like how little, pun intended, they used him in the World Series, they had finally learned their lesson. But in 2026, they ran him and his increased velocity right back out there in leverage spots, and the early results have been worse than ever. Deep down, I feel for the guy and want him to get right for his sake, but the Blue Jays' insistence on him being a big part of their bullpen, even with an option remaining, is a major red flag for a team that also opted to not upgrade their closer this offseason. If even one of these bad early signs becomes an ongoing problem, it is going to dramatically shake up the 2026 MLB outlook. Let me know which one worries you the most in the comments, and watch my deep dive into why 2026 is the official death of the deep opening day start up on the screen now. And be sure to subscribe for plenty more baseball content.